It's a very good question about the signal sent between the work that we're doing on Ukraine and Russia and what the Chinese are considering doing with Taiwan. The Chinese are watching. They're looking to see if the United States is indeed on its back foot, or if it's indeed learned something over the last year or two and must take a strong stand. And if we take a strong stand against the Russians in their threats to Ukraine, the Chinese will notice. That's an important lesson. I also think there's some lessons that have been learned over the past year about the U.S. role in the world. I mean, Afghanistan, we know the problems that was. And I think the Biden administration has learned that they need to be very, very firm, and they need to be firm with the Russians. And then that will lead to firmness with the Chinese.
So what is firm in your view? Because essentially what I heard from Ukrainian officials since December, when I was sitting in Brussels, I spoke with the foreign minister, and he told me, listen, it makes no sense to us at all that they're not spelling out exactly, word by word, what sanctions are on the table in order to avert a problem. I mean, the troops are already there. We understand the United States isn't going to be in Ukraine with us if this were to happen, but at the same point, we need to preempt, if you will, actions by Putin.
So you're exactly right. The word is deter. What we're trying to do is deter the Russians. And that means let them know, let the decision maker know, that's Mr. Putin, know what the costs will be. President Biden sat down with Vladimir Putin on a virtual call in December and laid out in detail, exactly as you said, laid out in detail the kinds of costs, the kind of sanctions that would be borne by the Russians if they were to invade. That's been very clear. Also, we've already begun to move weapons, more weapons, accelerate the flow of weapons into Ukraine to allow them to defend themselves, again, with the intent of deterring President Putin move into there. We're also making plans to send more U.S. troops to NATO, in particular to the Eastern Bloc NATO allies, to be sure that they can defend themselves if the Russians start coming toward them. So this is the kind of steps that have to be taken to show Mr. Putin it's not worth it.